Hello. My name's Emilio, and this is my astrology tag, and I'm here to talk about Pisces Rising, Sun in Cancer in the 5th house, and Moon in Capricorn in the 11th house, and how it affects me. So, for the most part, I'm just gonna talk about my experiences with these placements and how they affect me. Alright, so I don't know, to me with Pisces Rising, this placement sounds familiar to me because Pisces that I've done research on kind of has a reputation for just, I guess I could say, being imaginative, and some sources say spiritual, some say fantasy. What was another one? I forgot. Damn it. Anyways, so yeah, just things that are I don't know. It's weird. I don't know, mystical. So growing up as a kid, say 4 or 5 years old, like I mean, like every other kid, I'm pretty sure was, you're into your favorite TV shows. Like for me, I used to watch Nickelodeon and Power Rangers and The Tick and Animaniacs and all these other weird shows. I mean, like any kid would do. But also video games. Like for me, I was a Sega Genesis kid, and I play stuff like Mortal Kombat and Sonic the Hedgehog. So um, to me, these are just. I mean, of course, they pertain to fantasy. You're not gonna say Mortal Kombat's completely real, even though it got controversy for being an influence of realism. But anyways, so yeah, these are the things that have been stuck in my head, just things that really caught my attention in terms of just being fun, I guess I could say. Because going to school from 4 to 5 years old, and even up to my senior year in high school, all I did was just draw, and my mind was just focused on what I was gonna do at home, which was watch TV or play whatever video games I had, or well, I guess hang out with friends as well. But anyways, um, I was never focused in school. I didn't care what was being taught or anything. It was just I just went there because I guess I had to, but I didn't really pay attention or do any work. I hated school. All I could do is think about what I gave a shit about, and I was just letting my mind wander and doodling and just be easygoing, I guess I could say. So that affected me throughout my entire school year, and I'm sure not all Pisces rising are the same, but maybe I just got really comfortable with it. um and I think another thing about Pisces rising is that the things that maybe that at least I believe is I'm not exactly a fan of the practical side of everything, to where this is the most common way that people do it, and this is the ideal way to do something. For me, I'm open to the wildest things of how to do things, and whatever doesn't make sense, and just do it and see what happens. I mean, that's my mentality. My artistic ways of drawing and playing music, and I mess around with fashion, writing, and all these things. When people see what I do, it's oh, you should go to school for that or something, or you should look here, like you could get better if you take these lessons. And for me, I'm like, no, fuck that. Like, I just want to do it, not to say my way, but I want to get a feel for it instead of, you know, being like a robot and following guidelines and programming and all this other crazy stuff. So I don't know, maybe that's just another trait of me not being fond of school. I think I have to be in control of the way I see things. Like, I don't want to be influenced by certain things. I just want to be myself and see see how things will come out, because that's how I do things. Like I said, I just freestyle it and just be spontaneous about it. So and people don't really follow that too well. At least not the people that I know of. And you know, like when some people ask me like how I did something, you know, it's just really simple. Like the way that I do things, anybody could do it. But I don't know. Maybe they just don't have that Pisces rising to do it. But let's see. I don't have any ideas running through my head anymore about Pisces rising. So I'll move on to Cancer Sun in the 5th house, because I think the 5th house is a really big impact on me, and I think it blends very, very strongly with my Cancer Sun. And the way that I see the 5th house or interpret it is because 5th house is it's with Leo, and Leo's with the Sun. How I put it all together is, when I think about the Sun, I think that I see it as the center of the solar system, and because it's like the star, I mean, metaphorically speaking, you could say it's the center of attention. And to me, whatever the center of attention is, it's attraction. Like, people could go to like a foreign land and they'll go to whatever's attractive, and it's the center because everybody's surrounding it, like the planets, I guess. But to me, what's attractive is something that's creative and something that catches people's eyes. And I think Leo really has that characteristic, and I think the 5th house follows that. So since I have my Sun in the 5th house, I think I have a lot of that creative, attractive energy, and I think it blends in very strongly with my Cancer side being the home. And I've also researched and seen that Cancers can also be well with food and cooking. So I think the creative side of the 5th house really has an impact on like how I cook and how I do things with food, and also my room, my home. And so like for instance, like the weird things that I made have been like, let's see, I made fruit burritos. I put Swiss Miss, like chocolate powder, with water or milk, whatever's your preference, and then I put it with cereal. And what made me do this is because it's kind of the same as cooking oatmeal, except instead of using oatmeal, you use cereal, and it gives it like a different flavor. So it's just experimental, just fun things that I like to mix up, and it just comes out. Like, I like fruit and I like burritos, so I just kind of took tortilla and fruit, cut it up, put it together, boom. So yeah, I think the 5th house in Cancer has that kind of effect. So let's see, the 5th house with my home. Okay, this is like ridiculous to me, because like For me, I always have like all the toys, all the movies, the video games, just everything. And like that's just it, you know, and I like to share it and have other people come over and enjoy it with me. So I don't know if any other cancers with the fifth house may have this as well, like the entertainment house, or things that may draw attraction to your place, like why people are gonna come to your place because you have all the cool fun stuff, like you're the party house. um and you like to have those parties because, you know, this is the reason why you have all this stuff. So let's see. Also with Cancer, okay, this is like general, but I've read like just in like sun signs that Cancers could pick up on the energies of other people, and I think I've done that a lot. Like sometimes, most of the time I don't notice it, but things that I do notice is like when I'm talking to specific people, I pick up on their energy, or not to say their energy, but like I notice that I explain things to them differently than everybody else. Like when I talk to a specific person, I can explain one topic to everybody but differently. So maybe because I pick up on their energies, I find that I can explain things to them in a way that they understand without even knowing them. So it's strange to have that. I don't know if Pisces has that effect on me as well, but yeah, that's something that may be quite common. Let's see here. I may have to do a part 2. But anyways, Moon in Capricorn. Okay, I'm not too familiar with this, but I do know that the moon represents emotions and I think instincts, basically like your feelings, and or like your moods in a sense too. Like for me, I'm not too emotional. Like when people are really excited to do something, or like something happens, or something dramatic happens, like somebody died, or like you got in a crazy car wreck, or you got shot at. Like I don't freak out in these scenarios, and or show like emotion, and I think this could have and give off an apathetic attitude, like you don't care. But that's not exactly the case. I mean, it's not like what happened was worthless, like it didn't happen, but it's like maybe I'm just not as touched as other people are. And I'm not sure if Capricorn has anything to do this, or maybe it's the 11th house. I'm not too experienced in this placement. Well, at least I'm not self-aware, I'll say. But I mean, I do feel like strongly, but it's just some things just don't touch me. Like I don't know, it's weird. So I guess I'll leave it at that before I run out of time and have to make another video. So yeah, I guess that's it. If you have the same placement that I do, please inform me, especially if your houses are in the same place, which they should be if your Pisces is rising. More than likely we'll have the same placements. But yeah, send me a message or comment something, get in contact with me. I'm always interested to learn about myself, so, or I guess my astrological placements. So this is the first one out there that I noticed. So that's it. Later.